separate to the actual
Right.
like attempted murder. Because with attempted murder, you could attempt to murder someone with a knife, right? Like it is what it is. Um, I mean, yes, there is assault with a deadly, but like if you're sitting there continuously jabbing someone over and over and over and over once they're down, you definitely have a case for attempted murder. But you wouldn't then, in that situation, you wouldn't then push criminal use of a firearm because it's not a firearm. But when you're using a firearm, the separate element of using it criminally, in addition to trying to murder someone with the gun, like those are two separate charges if we're being pedantic. But no one ever
Yeah.
does that. So I personally have adapted and have not been doing that because it's the norm. But you bet your ass if I have
Right.
Karen in the fucking cells, I'm pushing the whole fucking thing.
And that's what I told Faulkner about the reason why we don't stack tampered with another firearm charge. Right?
It gets
We don't want to be hated.
typically yes. It's one of those just because we can doesn't mean we should.
Yeah.
And I mean it's no different than Glockatrons get quite iffy because they are
Yes.
class 1s unless they have a body, which is an attachment, which makes it a class 2. But then, in addition to the class 2, there's then 4 separate attachments, I believe.
Components.
Yeah, and so
everything.
it becomes like super convoluted when you start deep diving into things. And will a judge ultimately rule, well, it needs to be a class 1 because it's an attachment? Like it, I would love a judge's ruling on that, actually. I don't think they would find them not guilty if we charge class 2 plus 4 attachments because it's the body that specifically turns it. But I know I'm getting off track here. Anyways, okay, so do we know who we're voting for Chief Justice? Do we have a collective?
No one. Well, no one has been last night. No one was around, and I was around shift 1 and shift 2. So the only person I know about right now is Grace. I'm assuming more people will come up to us and tell us that they're in. It's very particular in the legislation that the governor put out. It's very interesting. It says that you have to have some kind of DOJ. It's very interesting wording.
Or do I qualify if I'm a cop with a bar
No.
license? Fuck. Not that I want that position, to be clear. Respectfully, I'd rather do. I'd rather arm for the rest of my life than be a chief justice.
So it's interesting because it says the elected person must have some form of role within the Department of Justice. Now, the Department of Justice gives bar licenses, but they don't hire them. They pay them for their service. You know what I mean? It's a little iffy there. So that's the one line that I'm just wondering around. The elect must have some form of role within the Department of Justice. The way I believe Grayson told us yesterday means it's only current justices, judges, and magistrates. And I'm like, well, that's not everyone, right? That works for the Department of Justice.
I would argue that lawyers would be involved, just on the basis that, like,
Yeah.
uh, having your bar means that you are tied into the department, especially if you do sell reps and stuff. Like, you are advertising a lawyer,
Yes.
you're being paid by the state, and that all falls under DOJ. I would argue that lawyers would qualify. I think it would be silly for an inexperienced lawyer to win a popular vote and become on top of, all the current justices. I think that would be problematic. But I think we need to taper our expectations truthfully and realize that the pool of people interested in even doing this is going to be very small. The pool of people involved in judge or justice related stuff is already small. And I would assume that we are likely just going to end up with someone who's currently a justice as the chief justice. And we need to be okay with that. Because I just don't see other people winning that?
Well, I suppose it's up to you and Pred who the LSPD is nominating, right?
How much time do we have to nominate?
There's no time on this.
Oh gosh. Uh,
I don't
fuck.
see a time. I suppose we just need you guys need to see who comes forward. I mean, as I said, it's only been one day, and it was Grayson's the only one I know of that has said anything. I suppose we'll see who else says anything.
I'm sorry. We have Jenny Hall.
I believe Shift 1 hired Jenny Hall. She hasn't been too active.
Okay. That's...
And when she is on duty, it's like an hour.
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
two. Do you know, so you know I suspended Bjorn.
I'll
approach him real quick.
What's that?
Can I borrow a repair kit from one of y'all?
Yeah.
I broke down the street and I don't have a fucking repair kit.
Here you are.
Thank you.
Okay, listen, this isn't a dig towards you. I would hand it to you. My hands are just a little cold, so I'm just gonna... There you go. Are those all the tools you need?
That's all I need.
Perfect.
I'm not gonna be offended. I had to pick it up off the ground. Thank you, guys.
Poor guy.
So I suspended Bjorn, removed his keys. He was drunk and disorderly. He had police equipment on him. He had a civilian firearm on him with no civilian fire license. Huge discussion has come from that it seems like a lot of cops don't realize they can't use their PD license to buy a civilian gun. I'll put an announcement out about that. He came in yesterday, handed all of his items back to Maxwell and said, I resign. We have charges pending. We sent him home with a note in his pocket because he was so drunk he wasn't talking any sense whatsoever.
Right.
And then he said to Lieutenant Key, he said, I'll be back after Christmas. And that was kind of the last time we saw him.
Wait, hold on. Oh my god, you know what I just remembered?
What's that?
Every time around this year, he is always... Isn't he always dressed as Santa and also drinking? I remember seeing him in front of Senior Buns.
The problem is regular officers don't know who he is. And so he was drunk and disorderly. He was dismissive to EMS.
Wait, was he dressed as Santa during all this?
Yes.
Oh
yeah,
my
he
gosh.
He ran across the road, got hit by a car. And so before we could put him in the ambulance, the officers went ahead and searched him and found all, police equipment, armor plates, all kinds of stuff. So he came in and resigned yesterday.
You think that's an attempt to not not absolve him of stuff, but essentially like, I wasn't fired, I quit?
Well, I mean, he was suspended and keys removed pending investigation. The issue is that when his pockets were searched, and the officers don't know this either, inside his pockets is a faceless coin.
Huh?
I believe the marshals are investigating him.
Holy fuck.
Yes.
Okay, that's problematic. I will say this. I thought Bjorn doing the, not doing drinking alcohol, but just drinking alcohol and, doing the Santa stuff. I thought that was like, his way of just dealing with, like, he was going through a rough patch at the time, but it's beginning to sound like December is always a rough patch, if that is true. You know what I mean? There's no way we've seen this years on end, and it's always in December, and he's always drinking, dressed as Santa, and it's not, some like prior trauma that is like resurfacing year after year. You know what I mean? Um,
I mean, he might be coping with something, but
there isn't a
you
doubt in
could,
my mind. Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, you can do it without police equipment on you.
Oh, 100%. 100%. And straight up, if he was still BCSO, uh, I'm not sure if you were present for the conversation, but the general gist of what Angel had said was essentially, um, we don't trust him. If this came up while he was in the BCSO, he would have been fired on the spot. Like, no questions asked. If they were looking for something, that would have been it.
Well, I found out why they didn't trust him. And I don't know his relationship with people. I don't know him that well. But on the day that New Babylon broke out of jail, he was having conversations with Lang, who was broken out of jail. That's why they don't trust him.
Is that a... What is the import? Like, did Lang call him? Or did he call Lang? Because those are two very different things.
Lang made calls to 3 different people right before the breakouts, and I believe he made calls to Bjorn. And his breakout was extremely successful.
Like, inside man successful?
Well, that's why they don't trust him, because he had no explanation to the phone calls.
Yeah, I want to say... I vaguely remember Angel saying something to the extent of... he was not standoffish, but like not forthcoming with what he was saying. It was a lot of like, I don't know. You know, when you know someone knows information and they're just unwilling to say, it was one of those, but obviously you can't really put that down on paper. You can't put, I know he did it, I just can't prove it. So that's where the general sentiment of they didn't trust him came from my understanding.
Okay.
But yeah, that's definitely something. Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay. So the TRT stuff. Do you know if Fred's going to be around today? Is he around? Oh, he is.
He is.
Yes.
That's. I wasn't sure if he was going to be around. Usually he takes Fridays off now. You know, we have the funeral today.
Yes, I unfortunately will not be there because it's an hour after storm. Correct?
Yeah, it is.
I unfortunately will not.
Okay.
Wish I could, but it is out of my normie schedule.
That's fair enough.
The other thing is, I won't be able to be around, but I will have some downtime. I'm gonna write up my announcement regarding, Pred's calling, regarding all of the VAF related stuff.
Okay, perfect.
Give me a second. Hey, Pred, how's it going?
Rhodes, what? You okay?
No, I'm sick.
Jesus, I didn't want to say anything because
Pred, if I sound sick, you can say it. It's fine. I'm not gonna take offense to it.
Brother, you don't sound sick. You sound fucked up.
I sound fucked up. What do you mean?
You sound fucked up. You sound awful.
Well, yeah.
We need to get you to a doctor.
Get me to a doctor. What do you mean? Listen, I'll be fine.
We need to get you to a doctor.
Pred, I'm gonna be fine. Listen, actually, Pred, have you gotten the sound deadening in your office redone yet?
Well, I haven't talked to anyone about it. You know, my office is pretty much a no-go zone at this point.
Yeah,
I guess. I mean,
it is.
You know, good thing there's plenty of other places we can chat at.
You say that, but Pred, people show up every time. It's terrible.
They do. It's as terrible as your sickness. Jesus, we gotta do something about both of these. Did I miss anything yesterday? I had obligations yesterday.
I was not around all that much yesterday, so I don't have that answer. I am with Ruby, by the way.
Okay, nice. Do you and Ruby need to, you guys need to...
We do need a chat.
What is the code for meeting together? Is that 1020? Is that 10? What is the 10 code for meeting somebody?
25.
No. That can't be it. That's a shooting.
No.
Wait, now 1025's officer down. God, are you fucking with me, Rhodes?
Fred, are you good?
I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking you. I know it's 10. We should definitely 25.
Agreed. Where do you wanna?
Well, not the office. I think I still hear my voice echoing in here.
Okay.
We should. Hey, how about you guys telling me a place? And hey, it's and I'll be there.
You know what?
A records room.
Yeah. We're on our way.
All right. See you guys soon. Bye.
Records office. Can people in the lobby hear us from there?
If you're right up against the door, yes.
Wonderful. I fucking hate people, Ruby.
And what is wrong with, like, someone was in Pred's office the other day and we could hear them downstairs in the basement.
Yeah, so, the long story short is, he claims he didn't go with the lowest... Oh, sorry. I got it. He claimed he didn't go with the lowest bid. He went with the first available person. And for sound deadening in his office.
Oh my god, it sounds like an echo chamber.
Yeah, I think instead of deadening, they went with deafening, as in if you talk, you're gonna go deaf. Now I could be wrong, but that's how it seems. I was there the other day. Poor Martha was damn near about to have a heart attack.
Oh.
Speaking of Martha, have you seen the stuff she's been doing? I know she's been working with Carmine, but also I think Oxby as well, regarding vehicles and stuff.
Oh no, I haven't.
Martha's a good one.
I do like Martha.
She's one of my favorite people of all time. Thank you.
Hey guys.
Hey,
hello?
How's it going?
Hey, what's going on, Mrs. Claus?
What the hell?
I'm just kidding. Hey, what's going on, guys?
Not too much.
I had some obligations yesterday.
Don't worry about it. It
yeah,
is what
you
it is.
just parachuted off into the sunset.
Oh, Angel's calling. Hello,
Oh.
Angel. How are you?
Oh, must be a
I'm doing
a
pretty
Bluetooth
good.
earpiece.
My phone alarm did not go off, so now I'm late to work. Well, that's good. I'm glad that being tardy has worked for you, but I do not like being tardy over here at the LSPD. I am always on time. I am always on time. Well, that's good. So what can I help you with? Yeah, you can come to the records room. Yeah, it's the huge room. You know, the room that's as big as your guys' whole building. With the large table and like 12 cubicles and like 1 million computers. Yeah, that room. Hey, see you soon. All right, bye. So what's up, guys?
Alright, so we want to talk about 3 things. TRT, but then on top of that, K Oil put out a big announcement about a Chief Justice. We have 1 nomination as the LSPD, and the other thing is Bjorn resigned.
What? Bjorn resigned? I was just about to cover that up.
Good God. I don't know. I don't know. He came in to see Maxwell yesterday. I had gone off duty. He handed in his stuff and he said, I resign. He handed in his civilian firearm and all of his PD equipment.
I'll talk to him. I'll talk
to him.
He is being investigated. He was found with faceless stuff on him.
Oh my God, it just keeps getting worse.
Pred, here's the other thing. I don't know if you were around last Christmas, but last Christmas he did the same thing. He dressed as Santa. He sat in front of senior buns, pretty much just begging people for alcohol all day, every day, and was drunk the entirety of the time. So I don't
All
know
right,
if
that's
this is like
typical San Andreas behavior. I mean, you know
well,
how bad the homeless population is. They're all drunken on drugs.
he's not
All
homeless,
of them.
Pred. He's not homeless. That's the
Or
problem.
Jobless at the time.
Exactly.
Or moneyless.
True.
So, point being, I think there's a road to fixing this in a better way. Like he needs to go to therapy and like figure out what the fuck's going on.
Therapy's not real roads. Listen, take it from a guy who a lot of people have told to get therapy. I've never been in a room with a therapist and feel like they have the upper hand mentally or intellectually with me. They're not on the same field as me. And then when I start talking and they start writing things down, that offends me. I get offended by that. What the fuck are you noting down about what I'm saying right here? Psychological me. What makes you think you can psychology me? Who are you to psychology me? And that's when I normally would pull out my gun or weaponize anything I could in the room. A pencil sharpener, roll up magazines. All right. You know how many psychiatrists I've hit with rolled up newspapers?
Pred, it's because
like 6.
It's because that's a problem. You are the immovable object in that scenario. Maybe you're the unstoppable force. I don't know. You're one of the two. Point being,
both.
when you
I'm both.
when you meet the opposing one, you're gonna get nowhere. Eventually,
I'm gonna get somewhere.
Eventually, someone's gonna have to crack.
Oh, Haley's calling. Let me get her here.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Hot Haley?
Oh my god.
Hey, why don't you come to the records room? We're having a meeting. All right, bye.
I can't wait until we can.
I'll support whatever you want. Roads.
Never, ever go with the lowest bidder. Okay. Please.
Okay.
Your room sucks.
Okay, it's not like. All right, listen. All right, look. Sometimes I get drunk after duty, and I say, "Hey, I signed papers that are on my desk." That must have just been one of the. It didn't.
There was a playing card that you signed.
Wait,
well,
what?
That was a nice playing card.
You were gambling, probably. Good God. Do you know someone had a meeting in your office? We could hear them in the basement.
It could be heard on the second floor.
Oh my God, I know what we should do.
He's going to use this as an intercom.
We tell people to go in there and talk, and we listen into all the conversations. It's like a wire. It's like that's not a bad idea. Yeah, so what about TRT? Like, I want us to get that shit up and going.
Okay, listen, I've been talking to a lot of people. I talked to BCSO, some of their captain. I've spoken to tons of people. I think we should, but I did it. I think we should blend some of the old school with the new school. I think that we should have squad leads like Arjun and what's his name? Miller, and what's the other guy's name? Stubble. And people like that actually want to do this. And we don't limit them to being the quote unquote lead. They are squad leads and they can take operators with them on things. Because not everybody's around every day, 24/7.
I got an idea. I got an idea.
This is my idea.
I got an idea. An idea. What we do is we get squad leads for TRT.
Something.
And then what we'll do is we'll have them compete against each other to see who reigns supreme.
Okay. No. There's no point in getting them to compete.
No.
We need to cover
the spirit of a competition. Have you not seen the Hunger Games?
I've seen it, and there's a new one coming out.
They were all about that shit.
I don't think they were willing participants.
Some kind of meeting.
Perfect.
Who are all these people?
It's the gang's here. The gang's all here.
What the hell is going on?
This is our command.
Gang.
We weren't having a command meeting, but anyway.
The chief said to come, so here we are.
Yeah, I got invited.
So they all move as one.
So imagine
it's a hive mind.
What we do is we do a TRT Hunger Games.
Okay.
And they listen. If they don't want to compete, then they can just fucking quit. All right.
There isn't anyone to begin with.
If they don't want to compete, They lose. It's amazing, but we just won't kill anybody.
What?
Let's go to the head of the let's go to the head of the table. Let's go. Everyone sit it down. DuPont, you're gonna have to stand. DuPont, you're gonna have.
I'm okay. It's fine. I don't know why, but I can't really look around when I'm sitting down there. It's kind of weird.
Hey, DuPont. How's it going?
Hey, nice to see you.
First off, guys,
Yeah,
I want
you
to say
too.
apologies for not being around yesterday. I had some obligations, some things I had to take care of. And then this weekend, I also have more things that I'm doing, which is. Look, listen, I'm a busy guy.
Busy bee.
I'm a busy guy. Look, guys. So, what brings
We
us
have
all
no room
together
to
here?
complain, Chief. If Angel can put up with Frost, we can put up with you being gone a day or 2 a week.
Oh, thanks, guys. I really appreciate that.
This is a nice
Honestly,
thing you to
let's
say,
all-
Carmine.
Let's all clap our hands for Angel putting up with Frost. You know, let's just all. Everybody clap.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Clapping,
Yeah.
clapping, clapping,
Thank
clapping.
you.
I am clapping. Clap, 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 clap.
Listen, everyone knows I'm the best babysitters of sheriffs. That has been
Damn
the
right.
position I've held for many years. I started with Cred, and I continue the
I've had a
tradition.
lot of babysitters. I have had a lot of
Relatable.
babysitters.
Oh yes, nothing wrong with being a babysitter. It's a very
I'm
fun
like
role.
that rich kid that had like a bunch of nannies.
You're like Richie Rich.
No,
You-
no. I'm not Richie. I was definitely not Richie Rich.
Why,
Definitely.
he's-
More
he's
like
what you're
Bruce
describing,
Wayne.
no?
No, more like Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, but Bruce Wayne became Batman. You don't have an alter ego.
I did have an alter ego for a while. You guys might not know this, but they
Oh,
called me
Jaguar?
the red-bladed killer overseas.
What?
What?
Why?
Because I killed people with a red blade.
Hey,
That
Pred.
sounds like
Fucking
someone that's
creepy.
probably committed war crime.
Brad, weren't you-
wiki checking this?
Weren't you
You
Jag?
should wiki check it.
Go
Pred,
check it. Go
wiki check
yeah.
that shit.
checking.
Pred, what
Yeah,
about when
it's
you were in prison? When you were what? Were you Jag?
Jaguar.
Yeah, Jaguar?
Jaguar, yeah, I was Jaguar in prison. I've
You called
adopted
yourself
many names.
Jaguar.
I'm like Jesus. I'm
Oh,
surprised they
God.
didn't call me Yahweh.
You're getting cancelled for that.
Yeah, there's some pretty serious fanboys over there.
I feel like he said worse and still didn't get canceled. So, you know.
He
Well,
did
it's-
say
it's
worse
That's
fine. Listen,
multiple
serious.
He goes
times.
around screaming
I'm a
he's not
Christian man
cancelable.
who believes in God. I'm allowed to make a little joke every once in a while. I got the pass.
Oh, okay.
I got the pass.
Why have you?
Yeah,
called
you
this
can make
meeting,
fun of your
Chief?
own religion.
Hold on, you guys called the meeting. I just invited
No,
more people.
no.
What?
Rose and I wanted to speak to you, and you invited everyone else.
I asked if you guys wanted more people here, so listen. I
You
can't help it
said
if I
You
showed-
said-
I showed up-
Cumming and Maxwell.
This is
Sounds
true.
like we were
invited
invited.
myself.
Look, this is like we're like the Knights of the Round now, except it's Knights of the Rectangle,
Yeah, that's right.
and I'm King Arthur.
I mean, I don't know if it's really a rectangle. Look how rounded it is.
There's a lot of
It's-
roundness.
It's four-sided and it's elongated on the sides. Therefore, it's rectangle shaped. We're not gonna listen.
You could
we don't
argue
need
that
to-
that curve is an infinite amount of lines, right?
Knights of the round rectangle.
It comes to an end. The corners come to an end. It's just, all right, listen, I'm not going to delve into geometry, mainly because I haven't done math in 20 years. So it's a rectangle.
All right.
Oyey!
Oh, okay.
Oyey! Oyey, rectangle table!
Woo!
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right.
Nailed it.
So Angel, what's on your mind?
Well, what's on my mind? Well, I mean, I guess let's get right into it. Listen, guys. We all know that the
No.
yes,
No
the,
way.
yes, yes
No
way,
way.
yes way, yes
The table's-
way.
It's called the shape's called the stadium, by the way.
Yes,
the
Ruby.
way it's not a rectangle; it's a stadium. I googled it.
Oh,
So listen, guys, with this whole Chief Justice thing that's coming up, I think it's time that we get someone in their position that has passion, drive,
Hold on, pause
and a
one
vision for the
second.
future.
You
Mhm.
have my vote, Angel.
I don't
Thank you,
mean to
Rhodes.
interrupt you, I don't mean to interrupt you, but what the fuck are you talking about, Chief?
There's a Chief Justice election coming up,
I
Pen.
What do
just
you guys
told
mean?
you.
There's a Chief Justice.
I just told you.
I thought you were kidding. I thought that was a board
Oh
joke.
my
I thought that was
God.
I thought that was
Gee.
a terrible board joke. I thought you were making
No,
a
it's a
terrible
real
joke.
It's a real joke, Fred.
Hey, Fred. People don't tell you that often, but can you speak louder, please?
Yes.
Thank
I
you
can.
so much. I appreciate it.
It's a long table. It's a big room. We have a
It
lot of
is,
space in
and
the MRPD.
I need to be right there for that crash out. Let's go.
Fred does
so
have
what do you
valid concerns because
what?
Angel, you got brought up sort of in like the midst of everything. So like, you know, he probably perceived it as a J. It was not a J. It's real.
As a J. I perceived it as a J. What the fuck
Wow,
do you mean?
so
There's
you
a
think
Chief
I'm a
Justice
joke?
thing
What
going
the
on.
hell, Fred?
I know. I don't think what you're.
That
No,
hurts.
I don't think you're a joke. I thought when I was told that there's a Chief Justice position that it was a joke.
It's real.
I thought it was a joke. You guys
real.
are fucking with me.
No, it's very serious. You can go look on.
in on it.
Go
I
look
don't
on
like
City
being
Hall.
fucked with.
Fred, go look on City Hall. It's legislation that was posted.
I will not be gaslit by all of you.
It's real.
Governor K. Oil.
Fortitude, my mental fortitude
real.
cannot be beaten by everybody in this room.
It's
The
real,
governor
Fred.
did it.
Hold on, I know how to
Governor.
verify this.
I'll give you a break. But you know what, Fred? Someone today asked me to vote for them for the justice thing.
I understand that it might be shocking to hear that something's finally being done about the DOJ, but it's true.
We literally had a conversation about it needing a Chief Justice not very long ago. We've manifested this into happening.
King, after that meeting, I went and said I was going to go get this legislation enacted, and I didn't even get a chance to start before it got put in.
You want to know the worst part?
Here's what I don't understand. This is what I don't understand. Okay. Who the fuck would even want to be Chief Justice with that backlog of cases and stuff? Like, who?
I'll do it.
Hey.
I knew it.
There you go.
Angel, I
want to be Chief
Angel,
Justice?
it was a J.
Yes, I do.
It was a J when I said it, okay? But I don't want... Respectfully, you're not getting my vote, okay?
Well,
and the reason...
Why not?
Because you are too good for the DOJ.
But the thing is, we all understand that they've languished in eternal suffering for so long. So why not have someone that will come in like an angel from above, wielding her scythe, and finally deal the blow that needs to be done to put things right? You know, like there's a lot of miserable suffering souls. There's a lot of miserable suffering souls tonight. Listen, guys, I want to talk seriously for a second, okay? We all agree that there's problems with the DOJ, right? There's things that need to be fixed. Why do we just accept these problems instead of actually making an effort to fix them?
Well, because in order to fix them, we need more judges, and respectfully, we had to beg people to ensure that McMoo wasn't a magistrate, and they won on the campaign of "At least I'm not McMoo."
Well, it's not just that we need more judges. We need them to somehow we need them to somehow be smarter.
Exactly.
That's what we need. We need them to somehow be smarter and more articulate.
Exactly. And this is the thing, okay? The reason that we suffer from these terrible judges right now is because the current process is broken. At the moment, the DOJ just waits for people to come to them, and if they're decent, if they have somehow managed to be a self-starter and build themselves up as a competent person, they get to decide what is the law based off of their past experiences. And there's been no one that's actually working through the system as a lawyer. There's no one that is like actually trying. Imagine if that's how we train our cadets, where we just gave them a gun and a badge, we gave them no feedback, no guidance, no SOPs, and we just said good luck and figure it out. That makes no fucking sense, right? Okay, well maybe, but like it doesn't statistically work out in the long run, right? The Department of Justice needs to have actual training. It needs to have actual standards. It needs to have a lot of things take place in the city that currently do not, and it needs essentially an entire cultural change. And that's what I want to do. I want to actually fix it and not just put a Band-Aid over it.
Wow. You know what? We should be supporting people like Angel, who has passion and drive, okay? Not people who's like, you know what? I just want to get free W.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's the question, Carmen?
Back when you were the director, and were you the Chief Justice or were you just a justice?
I was just a justice.
My issue right now is back then the DOJ was the direct authority over the marshals, right?
Yes.
And you were literally in the DOJ when you were the director.
Yeah.
I believe right now the marshals don't have any oversight, and right now there is nothing in legislation limiting their powers. Well, if you did become Chief Justice, are you going to address the concerns we have, as county authorities have concerning the marshals and the limitations of their powers and their duties, if they have any?
Yes, I mean the marshals need to answer to a higher authority, and currently they don't. Whether that be, I don't think it necessarily needs to be a chief justice. That basically only happened as a result of when the governor approached me with it. I was the only person eligible to really fill that role, and it was definitely awkward with there being a justice overseeing the head of a law enforcement agency. So I don't necessarily think that justice should be the one doing that, but I do think there needs to be someone or some entity or body responsible for that.
Isn't it the governor?
It is for the most part, but I meant more so like a presence that's around, that is here to see things as they occur, and could even just report things that they're seeing to the governor, right?
Gotcha.
It doesn't necessarily. It could even just be like a committee of people. Like it could be the high commands of LSPD, BCSO, and the mayor's offices that could come to their conclusions and present findings if there's actual genuine concerns. I think we all need to remember at the end of the day that the governor will stop things if they get to a ridiculous point, for the most part. So we do have that insurance policy.
Bullshit, ain't stopped me yet.
Well, you haven't done anything really that crazy. In fact, one would argue that you did a good job. So what is there to stop? So
I'm a madman.
Yeah, you're really a madman with a department full of people coming on duty and a very healthy, successful command team.
I'm
so
a
crazy.
madman.
Really psycho there.
Have you had your coffee?
I'm drinking it. I'm drinking it.
Okay, good.
What about the BCSO, Angel? You're like one of the few remaining pillars of that department.
I think there's a lot of people that could step up to fill in the position. I also believe
not.
I think there are, but
There
furthermore, yes, there are. There's plenty of people.
There's not. There's not.
There are. Well,
No,
Jenna
there
could do
isn't.
it.
Jenny Hall?
Jenna Mustard.
What do you mean Jenna could do it? Listen, I think Jenna Mustard's a terrific woman. All right, even though I killed her dog because it was sick that I bought her, so legally it was mine to kill. You know,
Is it really?
But I mean, her and goddamn Ventura are basically they're fucking Siamese twins at this point. They're fucking these sons of bitches might as well be they might as well be stapled together.
They're closer than peaches to Jab.
No, they're not friends.
People
it's
used
her
to say about us,
dad.
Pen. What's wrong with being friends?
Do you know what happened? All right, one time my dad came with me to school for Father's Sunday, and I didn't leave his side. And everybody said, Kyle, that's weird that you don't leave your dad's side. I'm like, well, my dad's here. I'm supposed to be, by his side. And they're like, no, Kyle, that's just, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be standing by. That's what Jenna's doing.
Oh, leave her alone. Whatever.
And everybody bullied me.
She's a cute little bee, and leave her alone, Fred. Stop bullying her.
I don't bully her, but does the PD
My
need
thermos
more
fell off
cute
my desk.
little beans, or do they need
killers? Jenna is Voldemort on the back of that one wizard's head in that one Harry Potter movie.
I'm not trying to be a dickhead.
Carmine.
The first one.
The Goblet of Fire.
Wrong movie.
I'm not trying.
You lost me when you
Sorcerer's Stone. You're talking about Sorcerer's Stone when Voldemort was in the back of the guy's head?
Squirrel.
Yes,
the first one. Yeah.
That's Terry. I always thought that Voldemort was just a face on a head after that. I never really put two and two together, like how that works.
So, Angel, you're coming to us saying that you would like to run and have LSPD vote.
Yeah, that's correct. Yes, I'm basically here, prostrating myself before you and saying that I would love to have your support. I'd love to explain more of my platform or answer any questions or explain more of my desire if it would help you understand more. I'm eager and willing and ready to push into this position and give it my all, so to speak.
I have a question. Do you
what's
think
the question?
all the goals you're laying out before you right now, do you think the other justices can live up to that, or their ambitions are not the same as yours?
I think that it might be difficult for some of them to get on board with it, but the reality is that whoever becomes the Chief Justice needs to have a solid vision, and they cannot deter away from that just because there might be some momentary bumps in the road that they have to drive over.
Angel,
so to speak, which
That's a
is
good answer.
yeah. What's up, Riz?
One question, and then I'll say something.
Yeah.
Is it something that you want to do, or you feel you have to do?
It's both. You guys have known me. You and Fred specifically know me. The rest of you may not know me as well. But I have a compulsive need to fix things that I think are broken. But that's also where I find myself the most alive. Like showing up to BCSO with it being in complete and total ruin and it needing my help was awesome. I've honestly felt so alive. And the last few weeks, I've felt honestly kind of empty inside because things are working really well. And I'm not saying that they're so it's like not saying things are perfect, but it definitely leaves me feeling like I don't have as much to do. That's why being a high commander Pred was so great, is because he was constantly breaking things and I always had things to fix.
He was the fire starter.
That's
so true. So true.
Literally. Literally.
Yeah. And I feel like I've learned a lot from the past, and armed with the knowledge to fight the future, I can do it right this time, I think.
Truthfully, I think you're the only person with experience for this job. I'd probably only consider 2 people. Maybe 3 if like someone from like way back when, think like Labar, right? Like aside from that,
God, Labar would be amazing.
It would either be you, Labar, or Crane. Those would be the only people I think would be fit for the position, and that's because of the nuance involved with the position and the fact that you guys have the experience of having been in that position before. Listen, you have my vote. Straight up. I don't even need to hear anyone else. Just because I know that you're more than capable. I mean, you damn near not damn near, you did write every piece of like the founding legislation. So
thank you.
Gone would be the days of people trying to interpret your vision and writing of this shit when you can just still be in charge of the shit that you wrote and clarify what the intent was.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's your question? Thank you, Rose. That means a lot, by the way.
Would you storm out of a legislative meeting if your feelings were hurt by facts and evidence?
No, I love facts and evidence, actually. Okay. In fact, they're what I strive for. I want more facts and evidence. They don't hurt my feelings.
Okay. You have my vote. Not for that reason, but for everything else that you've said, you've definitely got my vote.
Do you think do you think you might run into an issue of a lot of people who had problems with you being, the big boss DOJ lady of before?
I thought I was going to, but everyone I've talked to, I went to talk to Sama yesterday, and they're so over the moon, ecstatic, and basically begging for me to do it. The Blaine County Mayor's office wanted to nominate me, and obviously BCSO wants to nominate me, and I just feel like no one ever actually had the problems with me that I thought they were going to have. Kind of surprised me.
Perfect.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, what's up?
What's the first thing you do to like fix current issues? Like, what is the very first thing?
So right now, what I'm doing is I'm putting together a list of things that I want to do. Because it's one thing to say what I want to do here, right? And tell you, like in this meeting, things I'd like to do. But it's different of actually translating that into action. So right now I'm putting together the formalized vision and documentation of how things need to be, like in terms of like the vibes, the thematic approach that the DOJ needs to take, and basically the ethos that we're going to be operating on. Once that happens, the first thing that's going to be is an internal review of staff. So we're going to be making sure that people can actually live up to this goal, to this dream, and they're willing to get on board with this vision and to put their all into it. We need people that are actually driven, and we also need more staff. So tackling the internal staffing is the number one on my priority list, and making sure that people that we already have are on board with the vision, and if they're not, that we can find them a place where they can better succeed in life. That's step number one for me.
Since this still has yet to be challenged, which I'm very disappointed about, but will be challenged if it ever happens to Pred, do you think mayors have the power to remove a chief of police?
I mean, I've already made my opinion on this pretty clear in the past. I think I've already told Fred this, that there's ambiguity in the Constitution, and that ambiguity is there for a reason. The legislation that we, as legislator, not we, but that the legislative authorities, right, is supposed to derive its conclusions from this Constitution. It's basically like a bunch of building blocks that people can use to make structures with, right? And there's intentional vagueness like that appointment clause in there for a reason. So that is to say, whatever supporting legislation has to say on that is what the final decider should be in the matter. But it's ambiguous for a reason. And I don't necessarily think that a mayor has the ability to just remove someone like that if they choose to.
I agree. I've always said that their mechanical arm of removal has always been an ACR or impeachment.
Yeah. And that's definitely the interpretation that I've held for the last year.
All right. Well, I started this conversation saying I'm not going to vote for you because I wouldn't want you to have to deal with the headache of the DOJ again. However, I don't know if there's a more fit person.
She's got my vote.
I'm gonna vote for you because I know you can do it.
Well,
I don't think you can vote for me to point, but
Wait,
thank
why
you.
not?
We get command.
command,
I think
command.
command.
Oh, it's just a command thing? Oh, I missed that part, guys.
It's
My
but
bad.
that still means a lot to me, DuPont. Thank you.
DuPont, you can influence BCSO to put their vote in.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So the way that this is gonna work is everyone gets to nominate one. The DOJ gets to nominate three. Like everyone, as in like the police departments and then the mayor's office. So Pred gets to nominate one name. I'm hoping that he would choose me. And then all of you as command and high command get to vote, just like the director vote occurred, where you'll go on to a thread and you'll basically just pick your name and cast your vote.
Interesting. Did you spoke to the sheriff about this yet?
Yes, I've spoken with him.
Is he gonna vote for you?
Yeah, he will. So far, I've already garnered 3, and I'd like to get a 4th nomination if possible. I'm gonna go speak to DOC next.
DOC get a nom?
They do.
Yes, they do.
Why the fuck does DOC get? Listen, we got to get rid of the fucking current warden. All right,
You know,
I'm
like
gonna be
Yui?
honest. I don't listen. I ain't got nothing against Yui. I ain't seen her do a fucking thing as warden. She's been warden for like 8 months. How long do we got to give Yui to get things going up at the fucking Department of Corrections? She's had 8 months. She's had 8 months to get things going up there.
I don't think it's been 8 months, has it?
As someone that's run a prison, there's not a lot to do up there, and you're like isolated on your own little island.
Carmine, why are you?
The only reason I did it
I
is
went
because
up
I
to the
could kill
prison
people
every day
legally.
to hang out with you. I went up to the
That's
prison
'cause
all the time.
That's because there were no rules, and it was kind of fun. Right? What she got is literally prison is a snooze fest, okay? And that's what it's supposed to be. And Yui's she's basically Hades, but of the realm that sleeps.
That could not be an easy job, being DOC or even leading DOC.
Scotty
Jesus
did a
Christ.
good job. Scotty did a decent job.
I'm pretty sure everyone could
Is that
figure out a way.
one of the Dogtown
He
guys?
was oddly obsessed with feet, though, Carmine.
And that is
He
why
was a foot fetishist.
I still
What is
remember
wrong
his
with that?
presentation. Well, nothing's wrong with it, but I still remember his presentation for me to become sheriff or to become warden had an entire slide dedicated to my feet. So I just was, he's
I
an
respect
interesting
that.
guy. He's a
Oh,
very
man.
charismatic person.
Yeah, realistically, I think keeping the DOC fully staffed is just a impossible task. Realistically,
When
For
I
me-
do see people up there, they seem happy, though, no?
For me, it's not so much that as the fact that we've seen over the last year, the staff are there, they just don't take the cases.
Hey, you.
wait,
I mean,
we were talking about Wait, we were talking about DOC or DOJ?
oh, I'm on another. Yeah, I'm sorry. I went
you're
back
good.
to DOJ.
You're not wrong though.
You're correct.
Yeah, I think everyone sort of auto-corrected back to DOJ anyways. But
Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're not wrong. That is one of the biggest things, and I don't know if it's because of areas of like conflict, but if it is, I mean, we ran into this issue before where if there really is no one, you essentially then just have to find someone who's willing to accept you as a judge and will waive any issues of conflict. You know what I mean? Like,
so I can speak
I don't
on
know.
this a bit, Rose, because I've kind of saw this culture shift occur in real time. Crane is the one who trained me. He's the one who basically I brought the spirit of his stuff forward into our current system. And one thing that he always told me, he always reiterated to me, is he said that, Angel, no one can conflict you from a case except for yourself. And the reason he said this is because it was so common for people to speak to judges, to give them information, to try and basically twist them out of a case, because there's this false understanding that if you overhear a piece of information outside of a case, you're suddenly conflicted. It's like a magical spell that prevents you from doing your job as a judge, which is not the case. Because being a judge requires you to be objective. It requires you to understand that there's information that you have to filter out and exclude from your decisions. And that is an active process that you have to undertake, regardless of whether you heard information elsewhere or not. And while there might be some things that could very heavily cloud you, at the end of the day, you cannot conflict someone just by giving them some incidental information. And there is this very false misunderstanding of the DOJ that is the contrary. And that's one of the reasons that we struggle with getting these cases taken, is because it's very hard to convince these people that they're not conflicted. They just have to ignore what they heard and just be objective.
I mean, elsewhere in the world, people, you know, a jury will be provided evidence that's then deemed inadmissible, and they're then instructed to essentially pretend it was never presented. It doesn't exist. I don't see why judges can't do the same.
Exactly. And that was our understanding with Crane, and that has been lost over the last year, unfortunately.
Oh my God, it's like when I play that one D&D game and I, watch someone else's footage and I don't use it in the D&D game. I don't metagame it.
Yeah, you don't.
Oh
you don't.
God,
Exactly. But it's just like that.
Oh my God.
Carmine, I don't think you have those standards.
It's just like that, Carmine.
What?
I know that you lied about that, Carmine.
Wait, Carmine uses meta?
I mean,
D&D.
Hold on.
I mean,
if I use meta, you guys think I'd lose as much as I do?
that's a good point.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Carmine, I feel like all the answers could be in front of you, and you'd still pick the wrong thing. How do you got insider knowledge?
Hold on. I got a question. Is it bad in D&D to metagame if the point of view metagaming is so you lose?
I think if everyone thinks it's funny, it's okay. I think as long as it's funny, it's okay.
My dungeon master tells me what monster we're fighting. I'm googling that, and I'm looking at its stat block.
Damn.
What do we
Well, that's an easy workaround. You could be a monster hunter that is versed in understanding monsters.
Exactly.
And you would have it's knowledge that you're not privy to out of character, but in character, you would understand the weaknesses of the creatures in this world and stuff. There's always workarounds in Dungeons and Dragons. You see,
you just gave me a huge idea.
You gotta
I'm
be
an amazing
creative.
shooter. My character in my D&D is an amazing shooter. So I'm gonna.
You cannot drive. You cannot shoot. You can. Carmine, I had to deal with Dickhead for you 4 fucking times. 4 times I had to gun down Dickhead for you. Okay.
Not me. My character's name's gonna be John Wick, and he's gonna be amazing at everything.
And that's why you justify your future aimbot.
Exactly. Thank you, guys. Thank you for this insight.
So Jeb is Googling for weaknesses. Carmine's Googling to figure out whether or not his fireball can be spell reflected so he dies.
Exactly.
Carmine, you taking people out when you're getting yourself killed?
No.
I don't believe you.
He did once, probably.
Ooh. Well, guys, it is time. Heads up, hour after the meeting, funeral, I will not be there, unfortunately.
Oh.
Well, it seems like Ruby and Rhodes, we still have to have meetings after this, so I'll see you guys back here.
Well, okay. Wait, what about the main meeting? And then the funeral.
Is the funeral?
Yeah.
Yeah, three
hour
officers.
after.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, it's time.
People are dying to get into the LSPD.
Triple
get out
funeral.
of it. Depends on how you look at it.
Peach got a DJ.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Big.
Well, that's awesome.
Peach got a DJ?
Yeah, hopefully he shows up.
Hang on, a DJ for a funeral?
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
Jimbo's
Is it
funeral.
DJ Doyle?
We're breaking down the walls of what a
Links.
funeral is and making it something else. You know, I think we're achieving that.
I'll see you guys later.
Nice.
Ugh. Go here. And connect. It's so cold. I think the weirdest thing about being a diabetic is every time I'm sick, I cannot eat anything and my blood sugar will still be high. It is so weird. Very fucking strange. No, I don't feel nauseous. And I don't know what it is, but like it doesn't matter how much insulin I give me. It's just never enough. Hopefully recover soon. I hope so. But then it becomes this tricky aspect of figuring out if I feel like shit because my blood sugar is running high, or if it literally is just because my blood sugar is running high because I'm sick. No, the sinus rinse didn't help, unfortunately. Well, okay, I sort of take that back. It definitely cleared me up for a bit, but very shortly after, you know, everything back to normal. Can't really do sinus rinses back to back to back to back either. So let whatever this is run its course. I think the weirdest thing is I had this like the sore throat. I swear this shit was like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago is when it started. So I don't really know what the fuck happened or like how to this day I'm still sick. But it wasn't nearly as bad originally, and like my blood sugar wasn't running high, or maybe it's just a combination of like that plus other stuff. I don't know. I do not know. Like you can very easily tell that my voice is like it's not strained. Like it doesn't feel strained, but definitely talking differently. It's very noticeable. Hold on. What was the other thing? The appetite change? Not really. I have a sinus infection. Oh gosh. Sinus infection usually lasts from under a week to a few weeks, but can become chronic and be 12 plus weeks. Viral ones often clear at 7 to 10 days with home care, while bacterial ones need antibiotics and last longer. Oh,